Hello Virgo, my name is Jason. This is your mid-February 2019 general tarot reading. So it could be about love, career, any questions at the forefront of your mind. I'm thinking you'll know in the first couple of minutes whether this is for you or not, this reading. If it's not, please check out my readings for your moon and rising signs, or even if it is resonating, check out those other readings. It might help fill in some puzzles for you. So time is fairly fluid here, so give or take a week or so, or if you stumble across this reading in 16th of September 2030, might be for you. But for now, you go in, Virgo, to the beginning of this period, the second half of February, with the Four of Swords. So perhaps you've come through a fairly difficult time and you're just taking a bit of a rest and you're reflecting on whether you're on the right pathway. Generally, this card comes up when you have a bit of time now to sit back and you have cause to wonder or consider how you've done things. You might be considering your relationship also and whether it's as special as it once was. Has it faded, or has something died, or are you feeling that you're not being appreciated, or that you seem to be drifting away from your partner? We'll have a look at this anyway, but generally a time of reflection, and again, it could be about work, it could be about love, it could be about just your general direction in how you're doing things. Some of you might even be thinking of retiring or becoming semi-retired or going part-time, reducing your hours. Perhaps you're just at a stage in your life now where you're thinking that it might be time to just cut back or drop a couple of gears, something like that. So there are quite a few stories coming through here. I'll try and clarify those later. Okay, in your challenge position, all right, you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is a card of overthinking things. It can be a card of wishing you had taken an opportunity, and it's also, again, if it's linked to this reflection that you're undergoing right now, you're wondering if you're on the right path or if you're with the right person, and it's almost like something's come to a head for you, and you're realizing now, hang on, am I really with the right person, or am I really in the right job? That kind of thing is what I'm feeling there. I'm not feeling a sense of negativity here so much as just really wanting to know the truth about the situation, or your truth, okay? And maybe your partner's truth. Maybe there's been some communication issues. Again, I'm feeling some distance here, but we'll have a look. Okay, your hopes and fears. Okay, so you have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles talks about juggling a couple of different things. So perhaps you've got two different income streams. Perhaps you're starting to look at your options again. So this is telling me a story. A story's coming through here of really looking at your options and waiting for your ships to come in. You see, while this person's juggling these two things, they're doing it quite well, but those ships out the back, they're not coming in. And so for those ships to come in, I'm getting the feeling that something will have to go. So it might be a job, it might be a person, maybe there are two people you're looking at, or not two people, two pathways, but it could be about two different people, or starting to wonder if it's really coming through very strongly, you're starting to wonder if you're with the right person. Your best attitude to take. Okay, you have the Strength card. So the Strength card is the card of Leo, and you're being asked here to be calm and compassionate. Okay, so if you have a look at the way this lady is taming this beast, she's very calm about it. She's not hurting it. She's almost loving it, but she has it, if not under control, she's tamed it. Okay, and so you're being asked to be calm, like an inner calm. So, we all need to use, say, aggression at times, not nasty aggression, you know what I'm saying, but on the inside you're being asked to be calm, and there's a strong sense of being compassionate and seeing the other person's point of view as well. Okay, so you're being asked to realize that other people have their freedoms or their needs, and that whilst they're not necessarily the same as yours, they're not necessarily incompatible. But again, I'm getting this picture of distance. So the needs of you and the needs of your employer or your partner may be creating this feeling of distance. Okay. Now, the outcome for the end of this period, you have the Page of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Cups, perhaps after this reflection, you're going to make a small offer to someone. Maybe it's this partner you have, or this relationship, or this person of interest that you have, and you want to see what their response is on feeling. So it's almost like you're going fishing and you're just putting it out there to see what kind of bait works for this person. So I'm not feeling that you're giving up. I'm feeling that you want to experiment. It's almost like that 5 Languages of Love, that book that came out a while ago, and it looks like you're going to try to use a variety of different ways of attracting or seeing what makes this person tick to help the relationship. So I think you're taking a really responsible and proactive way to this relationship, Virgo, and it's a positive thing you've got going here. You've got a really good attitude for it. I'm still not getting the feeling whether this is a good or a bad relationship, only that you're reflecting on it. I apologise if you can hear that machinery in the background. It's the neighbour across the road who's giving his lawn tender loving care again. Certainly not, he's probably looking at my lawn thinking, oh, why doesn't that guy do something? Every time someone passes my place, his place loses $20,000. Okay, let's have a look and see. We'll clarify here we'll clarify with the Hanson Roberts deck. Why is the Four of Swords here? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a bit of work happening or some study or something. It looks like you have done a fair bit of work, okay, and again, it's just now you're taking some time out. Okay, so you have a look here. You've got the Four of Swords here resting after all this work which is done with the Eight of Pentacles, and perhaps it was just a busy period and a hectic period is what I'm feeling, okay? And it wasn't so enjoyable, this period. It's almost like it was a little monotonous. If you have a look at this person there, they're putting out one pentacle after another, all the same. And so you might be getting a little tired of the same old thing, and it looks like you want to expand somehow, okay? All right, so that's what I'm getting for the Four of Swords. So basically, again, you're just taking a rest after a hectic period, which wasn't that enjoyable. Okay, so why is the Nine of Swords here for Virgo for the second half of February? Why is the Nine of Swords here in the challenge position? So we'll take this one. We have 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm feeling that you want this happy family situation here. Look, you've got the child, the granddad, the abundance around with all those pentacles everywhere. You've got the happy couple in the back. That's what you want, and there's something missing there. And you're racking your brains figuring out, how can I make this relationship better? I'm feeling that you've been here before. So this might be some kind of cycle that's going on in your relationship, and perhaps there's some spark that's missing, and again, I'm feeling that you're trying to create this spark again. Okay, we'll have a look at the Two of Pentacles is interesting here in the hopes and fears position. So you're waiting for those ships to come in. You're you're juggling two things. It's like you're juggling work and relationship, or maybe you're considering, again, I'm feeling going into a different branch of work, or going part-time. That's what I'm feeling. And or part-time or semi-retired, or just taking an easier line somehow to open you up, to free you up for something else. You want to drop one of these pentacles so that those ships can come in. Whatever your ships are, I'm not getting a feeling of what these ships are yet. Maybe something will come out. So why is the Two of Pentacles here for Virgo in the second half of February? You have Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups talks about a new sense of emotional fulfillment. So you're hoping that something will open up for you, which is going to help you feel more emotionally fulfilled. So again, you want a new start in something. So perhaps there's a bit of boredom happening for you, and this is all making sense pretty well. So you really want to drop something so something new can come into your life, something emotionally fulfilling. I'm not getting any romance here, but again, there's something to do with the relationship, or maybe the romance has gone out of a relationship and you want to spark that up somehow. That's what I'm feeling there. It's just like you're not worried per se. It's more like you're thinking quite rationally about how to make things work. So it's almost like you're detached from the relationship per se. So you're looking at things quite rationally, which is a great way to look at things, Virgo. I'm really, if this is your reading, I'm really impressed with your ability to do that, and sort of take a cold look, to step back from the relationship and see whether it's really what you want. And again, this could be your partner, or it could be something to do with work. Let's have a look. Can we clarify the Strength card for Virgo in the best attitude position for the second half of February? Now, we said that there's going to need a sense of calm and a sense of compassion and a sense of understanding that other people have they're wired up a certain way as well, and you want to respect that, okay? And you are trying to respect that, I can see that, but I'm wondering how much of yourself you are giving away, what you're missing out. So, for example, was Valentine's Day fulfilling for you, or was it sort of just another day? And perhaps that's what's got you thinking, well, it was a special time and you've just gone off and done your own thing, or something like that. And so you're wondering if the relationship you have is special, or if it's just another, more about convenience. So why is the Strength card here for Virgo in the second half of February? And you've got the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is choice. Okay, so the best attitude to take is to realize that you have a choice, okay? Or you have many choices. I'm feeling that you're in a fairly stable position financially, fairly stable with your work, and this is a good time for reflection, to really look at the choices that are available to you. And so you're being asked here to examine your choices and see what comes out. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Hermit card was here somewhere where you need to go within, but I think perhaps you've already done that, and the Hermit card is your card, Virgo. So I'm looking at saying, yes, okay, so you're being asked here to really examine your options, and it's like leave your options open is what I'm seeing. So you are in such a position that you can choose from any of these cards, okay? So this is a great position to be in. You're looking at things logically and from a detached standpoint, and you're starting to see these choices that are out there, even though you're not thinking of doing anything sinister or having an affair, because I don't think that's you. I don't think you'd be getting any fulfillment from that. But definitely you're being asked to choose, to realize that you have all these choices, and that will help you again be detached and take a cold, hard look at things. Okay, so I know this is not looking good for your relationship, but you are now still looking at ways to do things. So you haven't given up yet. You're looking at ways. So remember, I talked about the different ways you might appeal to your partner to get the spark happening again. So please clarify the Page of Cups for Virgo for the second half of February. We have, okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, things are turning in your favour now, Virgo. So whatever decision you make, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the right one, and it's going to get the wheels turning for you again. So where your relationship was feeling quite stagnant, either you're going to choose to either dump it or you're going to make it work, and your partner's going to see that you're trying to make it work. And just from them seeing that you're trying to make it work, that might give them a kick up the backside and make them realise that they're on a good thing here, and they won't want to blow it. Okay, now if it's not that, then you're going to make a choice to move on, and your luck will change. Okay, you're really going to start feeling emotional fulfillment just as you're looking for in this Ace of Cups here. So that's what I've got for you, Virgo. It's looking like you're going to be making some choices, but you're going to be making them from a logical standpoint and a strong position. And whichever decision you make, you're not giving up yet, but you know you're prepared to let something go. So what a great position to be in, Virgo. You're valuing yourself here. I can see that, and I really hope whatever decision you make is you're feeling good about it, and I'm pretty sure you will. So thanks very much for watching, Virgo. I'd love to know how this is resonating for you, so please like and subscribe and leave a comment, and hopefully talk to you in a couple of weeks.